Hi there. Hey, thanks for joining. We're continuing where we left off yesterday. If you missed the stream, I'm going to give a quick summary and then we'll just dive straight into code. I was lying awake this night thinking about it. I want to finish it, and I hope that's what we'll be doing today. So let's take a look here. This is what we built yesterday, and here are my beautiful wireframes. Yeah, we're building a little website that lists RFCs that are voted on and allow the community to vote as well. It won't have any impact on the final outcome, of course, when the real vote ends, but it gives insights in how the community thinks, and I think it will be interesting to visualize how it compares to the result that internals come up with. One thing I'm adding as well are these arguments, because I think it's very important not just to be able to leave yes or no, but actually tell people why you voted a specific way. And that way we can learn from each other, basically. So yeah, this is the plan. What we're doing today is we're building these arguments, and oh yeah, you can also vote for arguments, and that way the most popular arguments will rise to the top. And I also still have to implement ways for users to get reputation based on how many upvotes they get and how many arguments they make and how many times they vote, because all of that might play into account when trying to sort arguments. Users with higher reputation might get their arguments boosted a little bit to the top, but that's just the second step here. Today we're building mainly these arguments here with the upvote functionality. That's the idea. So yeah, yesterday we built this. You can vote for a specific RFC. You can change your vote if you want to. You can already add an argument. It's not shown yet because of the simple reason that I've commented out everything here. But we're going to change that right now. My first approach here was to have a livewire component for every argument. I'm actually going to not do that, basically. I want one argument list because otherwise, if you want to send events between livewire components, it will send HTTP requests for every argument in this list, and it's going to get pretty imperformant pretty soon. So instead of having an argument detail here, let's say we create a new livewire component. Let's say argument list, and this one will have a collection of arguments. Let's type into this as well, arguments, like this. And then in our argument list view, let's copy this, and that means I can remove this file. I don't need it anymore. I'm going to loop over arguments as arguments, and for each. And then we have this. Okay, let's take a look at what else we should pass here. The RFC is something we need, and we'll determine this in livewire. In the livewire component, we need the argument, and that's basically it. Cool. So okay, yeah, that's the setup, and that's what we're going to build, work on further. If you want to share your thoughts on what we're doing, if you have any questions, leave them in chat. I'll check it occasionally, not while I'm coding all the time, but I'll try to answer all questions. And it was pretty fun yesterday when people made suggestions, and yeah, we actually, well, at least I actually learned a couple of things, did some improvements here and there. So it's really fun that we have this kind of interaction. So yeah, Johannes is saying hi, and hello to all the others. Also, by the way, this is a good time to like the video, because that way YouTube will boost it to more people. Maybe share a link on your Twitter if you're on there as well. because it's pretty fun doing all of this together. So the more people, the merrier, right? Good. We have our arguments here. Let's refactor this to Livewire. Livewire argument list. We pass the RFC, and let's use without relations. For now, that's something Adrian suggested yesterday, and I think actually that's all we need. No, we need, of course, the arguments is RFC arguments. Well, if we take it from the RFC, we might as well just pass the RFC here and get rid of this. Like so. And so let's say for each RFC arguments, as argument, we determine the vote for user. Let's see if this works. Yeah, perfect. If I now like change my argument, it should actually, yeah, it does. It updates my existing argument. That's something we wrote yesterday as well. You only want one argument per vote per user, basically. And that argument, it should change whether you decide to vote yes or no. You can see it doesn't happen right now, but something we can do here. If you say listeners, and let's go to the vote bar component for a moment, because when it votes, it emits an event. We say user voted, handle user voted, like so. And let's add a method here, handle user voted. And basically we should just refresh the RFC. Refresh. Okay. Cool. So that changes now as well. Something I want to make sure of, because we're looping over our arguments here. When we pass the RFC without relations, and I don't think in this case it's a good thing, because we actually want our relations to be passed and refreshed as well, I think, just to prevent eager loads. Let's take a look at our RFC detail controller. That's what it was called. Yeah, I use arguments. Well, I mean, I load this relation, which is important because I want to show the username here, and I don't want to create a query for every argument separately. So yeah, because if that wasn't the case, let's remove this. Let's take a look at the query tab here. I'd still, yeah, because there's of course only one argument. Let's actually seed database seeder here. Save argument. Perfect. Let's migrate again. Yeah, now there are several 85 queries here, and let's add user here again. It should go down 8. Yeah, that's what we want to see. Performance is important. Let's log in. Add our vote. That's fine. This is my vote. It should probably end up, yeah, at the bottom. If we switch it now, yeah, it switches. Great. Okay, good. Let's do some styling. Yeah, we're going to need a little bit more than just this text here. So we have these divs. Yeah, this is like the flex container div, and this is the card basically itself. Let's add some padding and a border to border gray 700 for now. Let's actually check. Yeah, Vite is still running. Perfect. Also add a gap. No. It should be here. Class is grid gap 2. Yeah, perfect. Good. Let's say something like paragraph for the user and a paragraph for the body. Good. Let's make the user a bit smaller, maybe. Yeah. And maybe also have a gap of 2 here. Is this... no, this isn't flex yet, but something we want to add here. Let's add a div. Let's move this small thing inside and this one as well, and add another div, because what we want is an upvote button, right? People should be able to leave a vote. Also, let's get rid of this color, by the way. Let's rename this to get background color, and then add get border color, border red and green, sure. And let's say get border color, border 2. And let's remove this. And it doesn't work because I probably have to manually add the class in my Tailwind config. Oh. Or let's keep 400 actually for now. Yeah. Okay, perfect. That's better. Okay, we're going to add a button. And actually, I want fake paragraph number, let's say 3 paragraphs. Oh, it's, let's say fake random or number between 1 and 4. Sure. This is as text is true, of course. Right. Yeah. Okay, this is better. Let's add some max width here as well. Max width. I don't know. Let's say medium. Okay, let's say large. Let's say extra large. I don't know. Yeah, sure. I'll probably, but I actually wanted a percentage. Oh, it has 4XL. Yeah, this is better. I like this. Cool. Okay, let's add our upvote button. What should we? Let's actually, there's like this, what's it called? Hero icons. Yeah, this is what I want. Upvote. Oh no, you know, I'm just going to show the vote count here. Vote count. Oh, 0. Let's get. Okay. Padding 2. Okay, and so this one should be flex. Hey, by the way, you thought you would see some PHP, right? Think again. It's Tailwind. Yeah. Okay. Cool. And what's it? Justify center? No. It's align middle. Nope. It's items center. Yeah, exactly. Flex is always just a game of of chance, right? No, but this is what I wanted. Perfect. Good. It also should have cursor pointer. Yep. And now if we click, now we're going back to PHP. If we click an argument, we want to add our vote basically, which means we need to keep track of which user voted for which argument, right? And that means we need another model. Let's say argument vote. Argument vote. It has a user ID. It has a vote, an argument ID. And that's basically it. Let's generate that. Of course, I need to actually user and arguments like so. Let's set up some relations as well. In argument vote, what's it called? Argument vote, yeah. It belongs to a user, belongs to and it belongs to a argument. Argument. Perfect. And then with our arguments, no, for our user actually, let's say it has argument votes. Argument votes has many argument vote like this. And now we want a method here that says user has voted for argument, right? So has voted for argument. Let's pass the argument here. And basically it's the same pattern. So public function get argument vote for argument. By the way, the reason I'm doing all these separate methods here is just because I want to prevent extra queries whenever I want, whenever I can, better. Argument vote. So this argument votes. Argument vote, argument vote, argument ID equals argument ID, like this. Yeah, nice. And then we can say return is get argument vote for argument not equal null, and it returns a boolean. Okay. Good, because now we can say if user, which we also need in our argument list, user, and let's make it nullable, right? Sure. Over here. If user, we'll say something like this. And you see the problem here is that I have like background color and border color, but it has like the numbers attached to it, so that it won't work. I need get color. Someone suggested this yesterday and it was a good suggestion, but I need more flexibility. Let me show you. I actually want, so if user, we say bg get color 200. Sorry, if user has voted for arguments, of course. Sorry, we say 400 and otherwise we say 200. Something like this. So back to our tailwind config, it means we need to have these save list items, but oh well. Okay, so it's all just a light colored now. Makes sense because I haven't voted yet. Let's implement that. Let's say over here, wire click vote for argument and argument ID like this. Get rid of this. And argument list over here. Vote for argument. Argument. Now we say, if not this user, just return, just to make sure that we don't have any null errors. And then we say this user, and then we need to add another method, user. Create argument vote in this case, and we pass the argument. It returns an argument vote. It shouldn't be in a transaction because we're it should be in a transaction because we're also going to adjust the argument vote count. So then we say argument is this get argument vote for. Sorry. So if there's an existing argument, we'll have to use it. Otherwise, so if you let's think about it. What should happen here? If there's like an if a user already voted for it, its vote should be removed basically. Yeah, let's just handle. Let's call this toggle argument vote. So if argument vote, it means we're going to remove it. Argument vote delete, and otherwise we'll create a new argument vote create. Oh, let's argument ID, user ID, of course, and no, that's it. Let's get rid of all of this. Like so, and now we still have to update our vote counter. So we need to do argument update vote count, and that's argument votes counts, but I still need to add that relation. It's actually just return void here. There's no need in returning anything. Doesn't make any sense. Like this. Votes has many, return has many argument votes. Like so. And then like this. Should it work? It doesn't. Does nothing. Absolutely nothing. That's weird. Okay. Oh, I'm not logged in, of course. Migrate. Okay. Ah. It kind of works, but not entirely. I think we still need to refresh this user refresh and this RFC refresh. Yeah, cool. So I would say that works. It needs some styling, of course, but that's hey Adrian, by the way, and Rob as well. Cool. This works. Let's I do want to add some. Is there like width? I don't know what's the right class. That's too much. It also, I just want a fixed width here. I'm just going to add a style. Style width is 20 pixels. I don't know. Let's say 40. This is just temporary until someone fixes my CSS. And let's say text center. It's still not properly aligned. Look at that. With 20 px. Nice. But I need something like flex grow or flex 1. Flex. Yeah, flex 1 probably. That's on the thing, right? Let's say 80 pixels. Better work with padding. Okay, remove everything. I don't know. So let's say padding Y 2 and PX 8, something like that. Yeah, that makes more sense actually. Let's say 4. Okay. And I will also say text white. No. Text color 800 tailwind. Text green 800 and red. Yeah. And when we voted for it, I also want it to be font bold. Something like this. I mean, someone else can fix my CSS. I'm okay with this. No, one more thing I wanted to do. If it's a no vote, I want it to be reversed, right? So vote type, flex direction, something like get direction. I think it's row and row reverse. That should be added here. So in theory, I like vote for user. I like. I'm sorry, do things at once. For direction, get direction. I like Tailwind, but it's like it grows to such of a mess so quickly. I don't know how to deal with this. like conditional clauses and then stuff like this. I don't want to have even more if-else statements here, so I kind of move that logic to my enum to indicate whether it should be red or green, because that's tightly coupled to whether it's a yes or no vote. But then, I don't know. Yeah, but of course it's better than having a dedicated CSS style sheet, I suppose, or at least it's not worse. So yeah, I'm not sure, but it doesn't work. Let's take a look. Flex row direction, flex row reverse, of course. Consistent naming, always useful. Yeah, I don't know if this makes sense. I'm gonna keep it right now, but I might get rid of it later. Let's hang on a second. That was weird. I don't know if you saw that, but if I migrate again. So if I click here, yeah, something isn't refreshed properly. Which is my vote, or my RFC bar, vote bar. This user refresh, this RFC refresh. Refresh, please, yes. Let's take a look. Yeah, now it works. Perfect. Okay, let me take a look at the comments here. So either extract it to a component. So on your page, you just have, yeah, okay, I get that. But I'm using, I mean, everything that's green here on screen are separate things, and everything that's red on screen, I mean, it's not just one component. These are 1, 2, 3, already 3 components at least, right? And you're still just moving your CSS to a separate file. It's the same mess, just somewhere else. But yeah, Poke also suggested, yeah, it I guess that's the way to do it. Yeah. One more thing I wanted to add first, though. I mean, no, not first. I'm not going to improve this because I'm going to do it wrong, and I would really like someone to help out. So I'm going to ask on Twitter after this stream if someone has some spare time and wants to help me out here, because I don't know how to do it. I'm already proud that I made this, but I still need to style my argument form here. So let's do that as well. Argument form. Yeah. Yeah, how should I style it? I have no idea. I have no idea. And let's make this like a grid thing. Grid. And move everything in there. Yep. Or flex. Sure. Let's say we have to wrap this here and do something like this, probably error. Submit. Laravel form validation error messages. Let's take a look. Is it this? Yeah, it is. Body. Errors. Something like first body. Yeah, okay, good. Now message. Is it message? Yeah, nice, cool. Oh, Adrian asks a question. What if you want to undo your vote? You don't. Well, at the moment it doesn't work, but I can add that. That's no problem. First, let's style it a bit better here. So class is grid, gap 2 probably for error messages. Yep, that's good. Let's make it grid as well. Let's say grid calls 2. I don't know. And now 1. Sure. And then we have gap 2 as well here. Gap 4. Where's my... Ah, here. Want this inside as well. Gap 2. Gap 2. Was I looking at a... Oh. What did I search for? That's funny. Okay. Cool. Thanks for pointing that out. Sure, we're going to submit something, an argument. Let's check if it works. It won't work. It's not... Oh, it did. Okay, cool. And if I vote for it, it should actually end up at the top. Controller. So this is RFC model actually on the arguments relation, and it should be order by descending vote count. Yes. Cool. All right. And then probably or by descending created at. Yeah. I think that makes more sense. Yeah. Nice. Cool. And so what we still need to do here, if there's already an argument, because if I change it, it's just going to, change this one, which is what we want. But if a user already has an argument, it should probably be changed here, right? It's better UX. Yeah. And I was also just thinking, depending on your vote, it could, like this form could change position as well, which I think is pretty cool. Let's say class. No, that means we need to wrap this form. No, actually, we can just do it over here. We move this and we say class flex, and we say let's actually go to our argument list, vote for user. Get vote for RFC, yeah, sure. Optional, and then we say if, let's just call it vote. So if there's a vote, we say over here, get direction, type, sorry, get direction. Right, and if you see, is this good? Is this good UX? I don't know. It's probably a bit too much. Maybe admin with 60% to the arguments. Yeah, I'll do that. It's a good idea. That's over here in my for loop. Min with 60%. Doesn't work. Hang on a second. It should be on this one. Yeah. Text left. Does that make sense? No. I don't know. I don't know how to fix that. I'll remove it for now, but we'll have to fix that definitely. Good question here. How do you plan on getting the RFCs directly from the PHP website? Yeah, that's the next step. I don't think they have, like, you can only access the mailing list from RFC, but if you go to, from the PHP website, but if you go to externals.io, they have an RSS feed. And that RSS feed, every time there's a vote, it's prefixed by vote in the title. So that's how I want to sync new RFCs basically. Yeah. File gets content. Yeah. That's also a way. But I've been using this on aggregate. Let's take a look on aggregate as well. Vote. Yeah, it's probably okay. Yeah, like over here. And it works pretty well. So that's the approach I want to take. So this is not going to work. What did I remove? That was the wrong file. It was here. Yeah, I'm just going to stay away from front end for a second now, because I have no idea how to fix it. Okay, so a couple more things we need to do. Of course, yeah, sync new RFCs from the RSS feed. And also we need a way to determine when an RFC has closed, because then I also want I want to close the vote on this page as well. And next, I also need to implement like reputation, although I don't think that's all that important to start with. That's just a gimmick to like encourage people to continue to vote and write their arguments, basically. But first off, maybe a good thing to do is commit everything. And let's push it. Actually, I just want to merge this in main. And I think if I go back and I just take the last commit, and if I reset my main branch, get reset hard to this, yeah, and then force push. I had some like work in progress tryouts on my main branch. I don't really care for it, but actually let's open source it. RFC vote, because it's still private now, it doesn't make any sense. So change visibility to public. Yes, I've understand. Make it again. Yep. Okay. Oh, let's do it like this. Okay. So it's public now. Unprotected, apparently. I need to check it out. Yeah, but now people can actually clone it and play around with it. And now I can also create issues. For me, of course. I don't expect people to... well, for this one, I hope someone wants to help. Fix the front end, basically. I don't know what I'm doing, and please send help, someone. RSS sync is something we need to do from externals/RSS. We need a way to automatically close votes as well. Close votes automatically. We need a way to, like reputation I mentioned, users, reputation, also in effects, argument, highlighting or sorting. I'm not sure yet, but like increasing your reputation should have some positive effect, basically. Undo a vote was also something. Undo a vote. And there was one more thing. Oh, yeah. Fix user registration flow, because I've pulled in Jetstream, but I haven't set anything up. So probably need to check that out as well. And I also need some admin screens for managing RFCs, just in case. I'm going to sync them, but I might need to change some things. Oh yeah, that reminds me, I also want like a short RFC description. That also sounds like a good thing to have. Also, handle the case when there aren't any votes yet. That's probably important. Let me check the chat here. Is there enough width to vote no if there are 10 yes and 0 no? Yeah, well, that's we need like a like kind of default that there's always something to click. Let's take a look. If closed RFCs aren't closed for voting, maybe useful to gather information of previous RFCs. Then you could have a timeline graph of the opinion over time. Okay, I'm not sure if I totally understand that, but I think it's an interesting idea to show like graphs, yeah, and like show I guess yes and no votes over time. Is that what you mean? That might be interesting to add. Yeah, I'll just create a new issue. Have some kind of graph view to show vote evolution over time. It's interesting. But this one is important. Let's actually create a new RFC database seeder without any votes and arguments. Migrate. Yeah, because we have to deal with with these kinds of things. Yeah. Let's fix them. Percentage over here. So of course, if this count total is 0, we'll return 0. That sucks. Like so. Count total, that's okay. Percentage, no. We have to do the same thing here. Look, it's fixed. Is that really all I had to do? No, because yeah, I think I actually added some min width, but it should be a bit bigger. Vote bar over here. Let's take a look. Oh, well, it's the padding, of course. It's just the padding, but let's also add min width. And I learned we can do something like this, 10%. Let's see if that works. Yeah. Nice. So, a couple of questions here. I wonder from your last stream why you used columns vote yes and vote no in the RFC. Isn't that duplicating data? It definitely is, but it has a very good reason actually. I could count everything on the fly and it would work. But the problem there is that you're doing extra work and things might actually become pretty less performant because of it. And it's something a habit I picked up when I was writing event sourced systems, where this is a common practice because everything basically is a projection and you can rebuild projections and like you don't really care about data duplication because your source of truth are the events. Now, in this case, we're not using events, but still it's I mean, a bit of, I think, a good practice to not worry about like these extra tables on your database. It makes querying easier. It makes like calculations easier because you only have to calculate things when you write data instead of when you're reading it. So overall, it has some benefits, and that's why I'm doing that. Yeah. Another question here: what's the goal of this project? Replace official voting system? No. It's about community voting. Yeah. It's just to get some insights, basically, to understand how the community feels about RFCs. Maybe we can get some interesting data points from that. I'm mainly interested in like seeing the difference between how internals vote and how the community vote, and maybe you could get like a conversation going about how PHP is developed these days. So it's mainly a way of gathering data, and I want to make it a bit fun and like interesting enough for people to participate. So that's why the arguments are here. I think that's important to actually, explain why you're voting yes or no. It's optional, but I hope people will do it. And that's why I have the idea of that reputation system where people are rewarded when they interact. Rewarded is a big word, but maybe they get like a fancy avatar or they get achievement badges. I don't know, but yeah, I think this could be a good way to gather some data, and it's actually something that I was discussing with Roman. He's my colleague at JetBrains, and he's also involved in the PHP Foundation, and it's an open question, basically. How does the community feel about this, and are there any like ways we can get insights? So I'm not speaking for internals here, by the way. That's just a group of people with their own opinions. I'm also not speaking for the foundation, but it was an idea that Roman and I had, and we wanted to try it out, basically. So yeah, that's a bit of the backstory behind it. Thanks for asking. So let's see. Yeah, okay. So everything works here as expected. Cool. So yeah, lots of things to do still, but I've been streaming for almost an hour again, and I think I want to conclude here. If you know someone who wants to help out with the front end stuff, I would be super happy. Just send me a message on Twitter or in the comments here, or send me an email. You've seen my email in stream. just I suck at this, but I want it to be. It shouldn't be super fancy, but it should be user friendly at least, and we're not there yet. So so yeah, if someone can help out, I'll show the public repository. It's over here. It's called RFC Vote. I thought to call it RFC Battle, but that sounded like a bit negative, so just call it RFC Vote. I'll put it in the description here as well, or maybe I can share it in chat actually. RFC Vote. Yeah. Here you go. So so yeah, I'll ask around on Twitter as well for some front-end help. Yeah, but thanks for being here and thinking along. And yeah, we made some progress again. I hope to see you in the next stream. Don't forget to like and share this stream with your friends and colleagues. You know what to do. And I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.